What is up, guys? Zach Scott here playing Plants vs. Zombies 2, and the Rose, yes, the classic Rose, which first debuted in Garden Warfare 2, has made her way to PvZ 2. Now, she's a little bit different. Let's unlock her really quick. I have some extra seed packets. Level 1, how about level 2? Well, hold on. Let's see what she's like first before we let's read about her before I level her up. She reflects. Okay. Meet Rose, the magical maestro. She bounces spells back, turning wizards into woolly wonders. With her Goatify spell, she sheepifies zombies, stalling them with style. Her plant food ability transforms entire hordes, making her the garden's magical defender. So, I think they just didn't want to make a new goat asset because the Goatify ability turns them into sheep. Okay, whatever. Reflect spells back, turning zombies into sheep and wizards into sheepish wonders. Rose unleashes a woolly whirlwind, turning zombie hordes into fluffy sheep with flair. That's a plant food ability. She's an enchantment. Right now it costs 170. Why not 175? I don't know. Let's upgrade her, though. She also does damage, so let's see what that is. So the recharge, the toughness, sheep toughness as well goes up. So the sheep, basically, from my understanding, become like a grid item, an obstacle that the zombies can take out. Sun cost to 160. What is with these weird sun costs? All right, whatever. We're gonna showcase her across various eras and see exactly what she can do. Now I hear that the Grave Buster can actually work on the sheep. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then there's probably gonna be a Rose Arena soon. But right off the bat, you know I like taking this into the classic, the ancient Egypt. Now, I don't think that she's going to be effective in that Pirate Seas level, but we'll bring her in just in case anything of interest happens. She does do damage to zombie types that she can't sheepify, goatify, whatever you want to say. I don't know why they did this to me. I don't know why they're doing it to me. But let's just bring in some, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Should I bring those in? I can't believe that's only level 9. Yeah, we're going to bring those in. We're going to bring in a bunch more, where's the Goldblum? I always miss it maybe half the time I forget where Goldblum is actually located. But hey, we're going to bring in Rose, and we're going to imitate Rose because we want to make sure we have plenty of roses. And for whatever reason, she costs 160. I just don't get it. They're not making... She doesn't have a... Is she like one of the only ones who's not like a multiple of 25? Because that's really bugging me. Anyway, we're going to imitate... And then let's bring in that Goldblum. We got pretty much everything that we need now. I just need to bring in some extras, like the Grave Buster, if we want to check out how that works. I also hear that Tomb Tangler can maybe work. We'll see. We'll see about it. It would be good to give Tomb Tangler any sort of extra ability. Now, the Sweetheart Snare, there's some roses in there. But right, let's go ahead. Where's Tomb? Has it really been that long since Tomb Tangler came out? I guess so. Old school classic. Let's rock. I should have brought in some plant food. I mean, some power lilies, whatever. So sure, drop. Rose is probably gonna take a while to charge up. Looking good. Let's go ahead and start grave busting these. And then here's a Rose. Now can she... Boom! That was quick. And then does the Grave Buster actually work on that? It does. Wow. Oh, that's weird. So I think it hit the grave. Or maybe it did some damage? There you go. So with these being here... How often are they going to attack? Let's see. We're sheepifying everyone. Now, keep in mind, this Rose is level 5, so we don't have to, you know, work our way through the lower levels here of using the Rose. She is just going to... And so now the zombies... That one got attacked. I guess if a sheep can't occupy the space, then it just counts as an attack. And it seems somewhat random because I'm just waiting for them to try to attack. Get this guy up here. What the heck? Get him. He's going to burn everything up. Wow. Plant food. All right, you're dead. Wow. Okay. So that is one of the faults of the Rose is that it just seems to be kind of attacking somewhat randomly. Or maybe it's not even attacking them. Maybe it can attack them. I don't know. Can it not attack them? I'm going to assume it can't attack them because it hasn't attacked them yet. Wow. I don't think it can even attack the guys with the explorers. Oh, no, we got him. Okay. It just was refusing. So now all of the magic is going to be hurled at the Gargantuar. Finally got him. Okay. Where did those plant foods come from? Oh, so when they're sheepified, goatified, whatever you want to say, I guess it locks the zombie inside and doesn't release the plant food. Okay. I have to know. I just gotta know what happens on that Pirate Seas stage. I just need to know. I just have to know. It's stage 8. Shoot, which one is it? Is it stage 22? That's the stage it is. I usually use this for anyone new to the series. I usually use this just as like a stage to see how well a bunch of plants can take on a bunch of weak zombies. So we'll see. Now, I don't know. I think they'll still attack. Yeah, let's put in some imitated ones. I think we're missing some sound effects here. Okay, let's rock with 4 columns of the rose. And... okay. They all fired off at once, so now they're just gonna be... we're gonna be stuck in this situation where they're... whoa, okay. Now those sheep... okay, so actually those sheep are gonna be there as blocks for these zombies. So this zombie is gonna be munching on those sheep. Wow, okay, that's kind of... That beam doesn't know where to go. The attacks on their own aren't that super great. Yeah, none of these cannons are dying. Okay, yeah. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. They're gonna eat through the sheep. These roses are all firing off at once. So we're just gonna be kind of waiting around for these roses to activate. And I don't think we're gonna ultimately have, yeah, this is not a winning situation, as you guys can see. These zombies are gonna eat through all these roses. I don't even think I need to continue so that you know what's up. Yeah, we're doomed. Let me do this again. I just wanna see what happens when you use this. It launches down on them. That's all it does. It launches straight up and then it comes down. Yeah, anyway, we're losing that. So let's exit to the map. I need to take this into the Dark Ages and find out what this wizard interaction's all about. I don't really know. Here, let's just go straight to the Dark Ages so that we can get it off our minds. You know what I mean? Just see what it is. All the way. I think it's 16 I do. Yeah, this stage. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to need some sun production here. Let's... bring that in, and oh, I suppose we'll bring in the Enlightenment. And the rest of this should be fine. Where you at, Enlightenment? And I gotta see, I mean, the good news, the gesture, surely it hits the gesture, but... come on, let's go. Such a weird 160. It started out at 170. Such a weird price to pay for a rose. For any plant, really. It's just odd that they chose that. So hit him, good. That one missed. So that is now a sheep. And yeah, can I put a Tomb Tangler on it? Well, I'll test one in a second. We know for sure that we can grave bust it. Let's start grave busting these guys, though, really quick. Okay, no, the plant food got... well, actually, that guy didn't get sheepified. That guy was attacked because a sheep couldn't be... yeah, couldn't occupy that space, so... interesting. So, see, he was attacked, but he wasn't able to be sheepified. Okay, let's use plant food. Alright, so he got... the wizard got... come on, we need to get this guy out of here. Come on, dude. This guy's just gonna eat the mushrooms. So he's okay. Wait, I can't grave bust the sheep that the wizard makes, but I can grave bust sheep that. Oh man, see, we're just not. This is not as good as you would think because of the fact. So let's see, what is this wizard gonna do to us? Okay, hold on. I need to see what happens with this wizard here. That's not enough damage. These roses actually need to hit them and turn them into sheep, but it's not happening. What is Tomb Tangler? Can I Tomb Tangle these guys? So what happens with the Tomb Tangler? So now the Tomb Tangler's there. Yeah, honestly, using the rose as a primary attacker is not it, because when it... Okay, he got. Because if these spaces are occupied, they're not being transformed, they're just being weakly attacked. It's good that we know this. Yikes, I need to bring in a, you know, I'm gonna test out something. I'm gonna maybe do this stage again. We're at the final wave, but... Tomb Tangler on this guy. Tomb Tangler on this guy. Man, yeah, man, that's the hard part. It won't transform the zombie if there's no room for the zombie to become a sheep. Instead, it just does. So it's almost like, I don't know, like a worse version of the Witch Hazel, maybe? Because the Witch Hazel will just, boom, get rid of him. And then if there's no space, there's no space. You know, for them to be mushrooms or whatever, puff shrooms. But, man, okay. Let's do that comparison really quick. I'm going back in real quick. First, I want to see a couple things. Who cares about the Tomb Tangler? Let's, so sure, I'm gonna bring in, and really, who cares about that? I want to bring in the Witch Hazel, just because it's kind of a comparison. Of course, the Witch Hazel's more expensive. And then I want to bring in the Boinzetta just to quickly get rid of graves, just to clear the area really quick. So we're doing this comparison one more time. I'm gonna put the mushrooms in the back. I've changed my mind. I'm putting the mushrooms in the back. Because I want to see what happens when the wizards attack them. Alright, get rid of those. Alright. Give me the Boinzetta, please. Alright, this Boinzetta does nothing to the sheep. But you see, like when it attacks them and there's no, and they're on a space where there can't be another sheep, it's just a regular attack. It's not a big deal. Here, give me some more sun. But let's see what happens with the Witch Hazel then. Okay, sure. I need the Witch Hazel to do some more things. See? He just... Okay, no, hold on. That appeared over there. Hold on. See, we're just... Okay, the Witch Hazel's just attacking them. And it's still a pretty strong attack. Yeah, it's getting rid of them, even though there's not a space for the puff shroom or whatever shroom it is. It's still attacking them and getting rid of them instantly. And the rose doesn't have the same benefit as the Witch Hazel in that regards. So that's a shame. So yeah, I would rather use the witch hazel. I don't care. Who cares about the sheep? The sheep is like a block. And I really wish they would have just made a new goat asset. I mean, come on. So yeah, witch hazel is crushing here. Let's get rid of the witch hazels because the witch hazel is really good. Of course, it is higher level. Keep that in mind, but still. Is everyone dead? And look, the plant food is locked in that sheep. That zombie who had a plant food who was sheepified, he is actually stuck in that sheep right over there. When I collect this, I think it'll bust out. Yeah, weird. So yeah, and also the rose doesn't give you the benefit of cashing in on those plant foods. Those plant foods get stuck in the sheep. Weird, but interesting. But yeah, I don't know if the rose is for me. It's not strong enough. And it's a weird cost. What else can we do? What else can we test out? I'm curious about Big Wave Beach. I don't think it can attack the fisherman zombies, but I'm curious about it. So, what day is it? 27 or 28 I do. I think it's 27. Yeah. Because I don't even know. Well, actually, that'll help me out. Does the sheep count as a plant? I don't know. Let's not worry about any of this stuff then. Let's bring out... No, not that. I mean, maybe we can use one, but ultimately we're not going to want that. Whatever. We're not going to use those, but I haven't chosen the lily pads. I don't need lily pads necessarily. Oh, I think I do need lily pads. Hold on, restart. I think I actually do. Alright, continue. Let's see what we got here. Let's bring out... I'm not gonna use Grey Buster. It's just there. Let's start building up, you know, a little arsenal here. We can also get sun from the sky. So sure, what happens? No sheep, because the sheep can't exist in the water. The fact that it doesn't just take them out, because like that was just an attack. Hold on, let me keep going here. That's just an attack. It's not a transformation. The fact that it doesn't transform, if there's not a space for the sheep, I think is a big mistake, because the witch hazel doesn't work like that. The witch hazel will transform them and then just not put in the shroom. So yeah, I'm not thrilled about this at all. Can a sheep exist on a lily pad? We'll see. Or we may not see. Oh my gosh. Because yeah, I'm not thrilled about the rose, honestly. I'm not thrilled about it, but always good to see it. I mean, some people complain about power creep. I don't think this is a power creep at all. This is just a slightly different use. And it's not even a goat. So yeah, it's not a power creep, in my opinion. And keep in mind, this rose is at level 5. Imagine how much worse it would be at level 1. So normally if I get a plant up to level 5, it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have got it to level 5 because it's so powerful. But this rose, not so much. Not so much at all. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Is there anything else that we want to see or know about it? I just don't know. I mean, it just seems kind of... I mean, obviously, you would probably want to... Let's see what happens if we... Let's see what happens if we use... Let's take it on, like, I don't know. Far future. There's a lot of plants in the far... There's a lot of zombies in the far future. It's not going to be able to transform. So let's just see how kind of the rose does on attacks. And we already know that attacks are kind of weak. But let's see. This stage is not what I want to do, right? No, this is fine. Never have more than 15 plants. Don't spend sun. Let's see about it. Let's see how this goes. So extra roses. Let's actually let's let's bring in the enchantment, because this is an enchantment type plant and we haven't really used the mint on it. So let's go ahead and use the mint on it. And we'll just see how we can do. Can we keep, like, can I try my hardest just to do roses and just keep attacking over and over and over? We'll bring in, we don't care about the Grave Buster. I guess actually the Grave Buster would be a really good thing to use. So, okay, think about this. How do we deal with the flaw of the rose? Well, if there's a sheep there, you know, you can't really, it won't transform, but that's maybe why they included the ability to Grave Bust it. It's just to get rid of the sheep so it can do more transforms. Possibly. Maybe I'm thinking about it now. Maybe I'm actually using my brain now. Let's try it. Boom. I'm gonna put sun here. Just try to get as much sun as I can. Gonna put roses on the yellow. Alright, get out of here, sheep. I don't want you here, sheep. Get out of here. I need space. It's weird that it blows up. So get out of here. Okay, so like, see that sheep is already interfering with the process. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Here, we're just gonna do attacks. Okay. Cool. Get out of here. Oh man. Here, let's start. There's a shield there. I'm gonna try. Seriously, the explosion's kind of interesting, but here, let's just use this. We're doing the attacks. We're trying to do the attacks. I mean, we'd almost rather double up on the Grave Buster so we can make sure to. Look, here's this guy with a shield coming out. Oh yeah, enchantment. What does enchantment do? Well, obviously it takes over some of them, but it probably makes the rose. I think it makes the rose probably deal more damage or something. And we've got to get rid of all these sheep. These sheep are not helping us really. They're stalling the zombies, but we don't really care. We need these zombies gone, not stalled. All right, so we're doing all right, but come on now, come on. Let's put in some more roses. Maybe a little early on the plant food ability there, but that's a lot of imps. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, so this plant food is stuck in the sheep, so let me extract it. Let me extract it. They're coming up so close. We're trying to attack him. Now that basically was me. Yeah, okay, here, attack him again. Attack him, go. I think we won. I think we won that one, okay. So yeah, I don't know. There are some plants that you pretty much need if you're gonna use the rose, and I think one of them is Grave Buster, just to get rid of the sheep. And even then, I wasn't able to really get rid of the sheep that quickly. So, and also to extract the plant food from any zombie that gets stuck in the sheep. Such a weird plant. Weird plant. I'm glad they added the rose. It's good to have some rose representation in PvZ 2. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more. I'm Zack Scott. Subscribe if you have not. If you like this video and want to help the channel grow, all you gotta do is click the like button below. Thank you so much for watching. You can now join on YouTube and become an official member of ZackScottGames. And if you want cool shirts like this, visit ZackScott.shop. Come back next time for more.